Hey everybody, just thought I'd show the first view of the day from top of whatever mountain this is behind the mountain crossings, Neel's Gap. So, highest point for at least right here.
What's up, hiker?
Hey, say hi to the camera. You don't mind being on camera, right? This is Repack. Spent the night with him at the hostel with Dalton, who may be going by Banjo now. Don't know. That's kind of where his trail name was headed. Repack tried to name him Guitar, but he said Banjo would be better, even though he was playing the guitar for us. But a nice day. Started out low 30s, getting warmer. All right.
Something, and I was like,
I live about 20 minutes drive away.
Roots, I'll get a wide lens of you after too.
So I was able to go down and visit them and get measured up for the pack there.
I think this is the best view so far.
How they do it all.
Oh, cool.
Which is quite fun. So I ordered one of them. Unfortunately, it wasn't ready for my practice. So I've got it now, but
All right. Here is one of the cooler views of the day. I will do my best not to fall here because the ways down, going down through that gap there. Still actually a long ways down. I'm sure the camera doesn't show it, but this is definitely one of the nicer views so far today. And feels like we should be halfway done for the day. It's already afternoon, but we're only about a third of the miles. It's been some tough climbs, but I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit easier because I'd like to get to where we're going to camp. Right now, I still have Repack. He's shortly behind me here somewhere. We just ate lunch together. We're both heading to the same place to camp, so we figure we're going to cook dinner tonight. I gave him some mac and cheese, and so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to cook our mac and cheese together. But hopefully we get there before dark. But I had to share this. This is actually very, very cool view. I like it. Alright, hey, good morning. Just thought I'd show where I camped last night. So basically, this little area right in here. I forgot the name of it. Low Gap, I think. So, anyway, feels like it's probably in the 40s by now. Feels like it's warmed up. It was down in the 30s. Gonna be a nice sunny day, nice and cool, high in the 50s, so perfect for me. So, try and show a little bit more along the trail today than I did yesterday. It was kind of cold and a long day and tough hike, so I didn't feel like doing a whole lot. But so just thought I'd show it. Unfortunately, I already packed up, or my tent's kind of just hanging on the ground over here, but I wanted to show where I was camping before I left. That's the way it just came from. And the first water source of the day other than back where we camped. And very nice. It's got this like group of flowers. That's the most flowers I've seen. Usually they're just one or two scattered here or there, but that's the first actual group of more than one that I've seen together on the trip so far. So spring is coming. There's a few green leaves here, and trees are starting to bud. I'm starting to see buds on them. So like in these trees, you can kind of see the leaves on them a little bit coming. So pretty soon this is all going to be green. Right now it's still brown. And that was Repack ahead. Still kind of hiking together with him. Hey everybody. Still pretty early in the morning on this trail, but I thought it was a good time to start. I've been on here long enough. I can give some opinions about things. So I thought maybe I would do that. So, but I'll do it as I'm showing the trail that I'm coming up to, because I'm kind of walking through into a green tunnel right now. I'm kind of in a gully and between two mountains, kind of doing a little horseshoe here, going up now the second mountain. So I figure I'll just kind of film along it and kind of just tell how some of the things going here. This is my 7th day, and I left Low Gap, camping near Low Gap Shelter, and heading to Blue Mountain Shelter to camp somewhere near there tonight. And but after 7 days, starting to learn some stuff. So anybody else that's going to be doing this, maybe this will be somewhat helpful. So here we go. So that's the trail I'm going up, and I'm not using the selfie stick that's in my backpack, and I'd have to take it off right now to go get it. I did find it, so I can actually start using it again. Maybe when I stop to eat something, take my backpack off, I'll start using the selfie stick. It might make this a little bit better video. But anyway, it's been, yeah, today's day 7 of being actually on a trail, including the approach trail, I think. And so far as a lot of people always ask me about pooping in the woods and that, I have not yet pooped in the woods, but others have. I've been with people, because occasionally you'll hike with somebody for a little bit. Everybody's at their own pace, but sometimes you're kind of together for a little bit after a water source or something. And I've had people stop and go off with their shovel and do it. But so far, I've always done it in the morning after camping. At night, I tend to do my business in the morning, and I've been lucky. There's been either a privy, or if I was at a hostel, of course, there's a toilet. So far, I haven't had to dig my hole. So right now, the only thing my trowel is used for is I have 2 screws on my bear can, which I am carrying a bear can to carry most of my food. And so far, that's what my shovel's for. But I'm sure it won't be much longer before I'll be pooping in the woods too. But so far, let's see, a privy. Shelters are pretty evenly placed, so if I camp near a shelter, I have access to the privy. And I will admit, no matter how bad they smell or, don't look down, but the toilet seats in it are pretty clean. They have maintainers come up here and kind of take care of stuff. They actually have been doing a pretty good job here in Georgia. Let's see. The other thing about Georgia I found is, even though I have my food in a bear can, the first few nights there were always bear boxes you could put your stuff in. So I did that. Last night there was no bear box, but there were bear cables if you wanted to hang your food. But since I had a bear can, I just went and shoved mine under a log somewhere about 200 feet from the campsite. I am going uphill right now. I may not look it in the video, but it's actually a pretty steep hill. So anyway, back to, in Georgia, bear boxes, bear cables, pretty much at every shelter. One of them will be there. So you don't have to do any rope hangs yet, but apparently get to North Carolina, that'll be different. And I think I'm just over halfway to North Carolina in Georgia here. Okay, thought this would be a good time to continue talking about poop. So I haven't finished everything I was going to say about it. So when I came on the trip, I bought this little gadget that you put on your water bottle. It's called the Holy Hiker. You should look up the guy who he created them, and they're really small, lightweight. And the idea is you turn your water bottle into a bidet. That way you don't have to carry toilet paper. And I thought, oh, what a great idea. I'm going to do it. So I brought that. Then I thought, well, there's sometimes they don't want you pooping in the woods if there's a privy nearby. So you want to use the privy. So I thought, well, I got to bring toilet paper. So I brought that. And then, you got your hand sanitizer for afterwards and things like that. But as far as pooping goes, I when it comes to using the bidet, the idea is that you squirt everything off with the bidet, then you reach back with, like, in my case I'd use my left hand, but you reach back with your left hand, let's say, and make sure you're clean. So not the most pleasant thought. So I thought, yeah, all right, but if it's clean, it's not supposed to matter, and then you use your hand sanitizer, everything's good. All right, and if it's not clean, then you rinse your hand off, hand sanitizer, everything's still good. But I've come to the decision that I'm going to do it a little bit different. I have my own way. When it comes time to using the bidet, I'll squirt everything off, but that's when I'll just take a little bit of toilet paper, because you can bury toilet paper in the cat holes. You can't have like flushable wipes or any kind of wipes. So with toilet paper, you can, and I don't want to leave a bunch of toilet paper in the cat hole, and plus the bidet will get you cleaner, right? So my plan is to use the bidet and then just take a little bit of toilet paper and make sure you're clean back there. And if you are, you're done. Toilet paper in the hole, bury the hole, you're done. And if not, well, at least you don't have it on your fingers. You got it on the toilet paper, pull out the bidet and finish the job. So that's my plan. So in the future, so this probably be my last talk about poop. Well, this is kind of cool. I'm actually walking along a ridge, or a path that's along the top of the ridge. And I'm sure the camera, again, doesn't do it justice, but it's like from the path here, it's like straight down on either side of me. Only saving grace, I have a fear of heights, but not up here. And the only saving grace is that, if you fell, you almost certainly would snag on some trees on the way down, and probably wouldn't have the energy to climb back up. I'd have to do it on all fours, but if I were to trip and stumble and fall here, I don't think I would go all the way down to my death, unless somehow I just happen to miss a tree. But it is very cool up here, though. I really like this. I like being able to see both sides. Oh, now the trail's going to go down a little bit, so now I can't see down the left side as I fall down the cliff. I guess I got to watch where I'm going still. Oh, crap. There's some rocks and roots, and it's a really nice trail right here, but they got the occasional rocks and roots sticking up still. Oh, here we go. We're just going past some blowdowns, I guess. Trail's going right back to the ridge, but then it's going to go up the rest of the mountain over there. So this ridge, I guess it's just between the two mountains, and then I still got to finish climbing the mountain ahead of me. But anyway, it's kind of cool. Have a view both sides of the trail, and won't have this view much longer. I see lots of green starting to pop up. All right, well, see you down the trail. That one right here. I had to show this trail. This is a little treacherous trail. I've been doing this thing for, I don't know, at least a half hour. And like no end in sight. Hard to know whether they're even on the trail at times, and then every now and then there'll be a white blaze to let me know I'm still on the trail. But this one is hard on the feet. It's a very thin trail along the edge of the cliff. Again, it probably doesn't do it justice, but that's like straight down. Right by my feet here, that's actually straight down. That's not just like stuff going off to the side of me. That's going down. And if I fall down this and survive, I'd be stuck down there. There's no way I'd be coming back up here. I'd be having to hike through the valley down there, the bottom of the holler, to find my way out. But right now, that's what's in front of me. And try to turn carefully so I don't like fall. But that was, can't even see the trail that I came on, went past that tree. But somewhere in all those branches and leaves back there to the right of the one tree that you can kind of see along the trail, it disappears into that. And it's pretty much been like this. And I'd film walking along it if I could, but I need both hands on my trekking poles through this part. But I wanted to share it. All right. Guess I've had enough of a rest. There's a big ass rock up there. Just looks like it's in the way. I just hope I don't have to climb over that thing. All right, see you up the trail. Hey everybody, I just thought I'd show you where I'm camping tonight. And also a lot of people want to know where I'm like getting my water from. So there's like a natural spring here, so I'll show you where I actually just filled up. Well, I didn't fill it all the way up, I only need like a liter, but filled up this is my dirty water bag. So this is for the water that I get before I filter it. And then I'll show you here the spring in just a second here. So it's right down here. I'm just gonna kind of climb down here. And if you look, there's the spring here's where the water's coming out. And then I was able to put my bag right there. There's like a little tiny waterfall. And right there, that's where I put my bag. Got my water. Now I will filter it. And one of the things I still do, not everybody does this, but I actually still treat it so that I purify the water. And I also then, a little bit later, I'll put a neutralizer in it that's supposed to make it taste palatable, but it basically makes it taste like chlorine. So anyway, that's where I get my water. And then let me show you where I'm camping tonight. So it's not too far from this water source. They actually have a shelter up at the top of this hill. But the shelter, I'm not actually staying in the shelter, but I'm camped near it. I got actually pretty good view from my campsite. And I'm definitely not camping alone tonight because there's a bunch of people all kind of lined up with their tents on the hill. And I think there may be one or two actually in the shelter too. So when I get up there, I'll probably not talk. And but I will show you where my tent is. But even without my backpack on, it's still quite a climb, especially at the end of the day when you're tired. But I don't know, a little bit far for going for water. Be nice to camp a little bit closer, but it is what it is. Anyway, oh god, it's a lot quicker going down. All right, hold on. We're getting there. Campsite's at the top. Gotta get there. You can kind of see it through the trees now. If you look closely, you'll see there's a shelter. Right? That's the shelter. And somewhere just over the hill to the right there is where a few people are camping, including me. It's like a little neighborhood. Alright, I am tired, so it's taking me a little time here to get up the hill. I already did this once with my backpack. But you can already see a couple tents up there. A couple straight ahead, a couple right through those trees. And then some tents and a hammock. I'm right to the right of the hammock up there. Almost there. I'll get through here. All right, my home for the night and my view. All right, I just thought I'd show a quick video of where my bear can is going to be tonight. I've wedged it into here because it's a long way down that hill if a bear were to knock it down the hill. I've got it kind of wedged where it doesn't really fit under that log. And although I suppose the bear could move the whole tree. But anyway, kind of wedged in there. Hopefully it'll still be there. And I'm videotaping so that I remember exactly where I put it. It's this tree with the moss and the big yellow tannish color mound. And then we're parked or camped on the other side of the hill over here. So hopefully the bear can will be there in the morning.